Welcome back, everybody. We have another fun armor test for you on the way today. What are we testing? We're testing this guy right here. This is the LA Police Gear 10x12 fully multi-curve ceramic and UHW MPE plate. So the fully multi-curve is sort of the big deal on this one, as well as the price point, as well as the weight. So the weight on this guy is 6.35 pounds, which is actually less than their standard level 4s, which I found quite interesting. Not sure how they did it, but you guys can get an idea there that it in fact is fully multi-curve in every single way. Why does that matter? Well, in my opinion, it sort of matters. I like curved plates for sure over flat plates, there's no doubt about it. Some guys really like multi-curve, some guys don't like multi-curve, particularly for back plates. So the reason you want it multi-curve is so that it fits as close as possible to your chest when you're wearing your plate carrier. And that way, when it's strapped down, when you move, it moves and it's not loose and shaking on you, and there's not edges digging into you in certain positions, which is, again, why I just pointed out some guys don't like it for back armor. Myself, I honestly don't notice a huge difference between curve and multi-curve, but again, there are a lot of people that swear by it. I would imagine that's probably more so if you're like super skinny guy, when that makes a huge difference, but I'm not one, so for me, as long as it's curved, I'm generally good. But the 6.35 pounds is also huge, simply because if you have two plates, you know, your standard for a level 4 plate in terms of weight in a 10x2 configuration is going to be 8 pounds. So you're dropping, you know, several pounds by running these versus something that would weigh 8 pounds. That's not insignificant. Guys, anybody who's worn armor for a living will tell you that is very significant. But will it stand up to the level 4 testing? Well, we'll see. We have a Blacktip 30-06 actually in my pocket as I'm speaking right now, and we will see how it does. Now, I should note over on their website, it does say that this has a slight foam padding on the side. I can't feel it at all. So whatever coating they're using to keep this all together is doing a good job of staying reasonably stiff. Speaking of the coating, it smells distinctly like cocaine, and I have no idea why that is. And of course, kids, the only reason I know what cocaine smells like is because I was a former law enforcement officer. There's no other reason, but it does have a weird smell to it for sure. But let's get this thing in front of our box with dirt. And I should mention that we do put dirt in the boxes to simulate a chest. I am not an NIJ lab here. I'm a guy with a camera in a field and some guns, but I do the best that I can. But that dirt there will simulate, you know, the pressure that it would get upon impact if it was on your chest. Much better than if it was just out there free floating in space. So we do the best we can. Let's start shooting it. Actually, before we start shooting the plate, I want to thank the sponsor of today's video, and that is Armslist. Armslist is an online website where you can make an account and you can sell firearms related goods online, both in your local community as well as nationally. I suppose if you want, that's really up to you, but I've been using Armslist personally since I think the website was developed. So I've been using them for many, many years and definitely appreciate their sponsorship of the video. Now let's shoot this plate. As promised, 30-06 Blacktip coming out of my old surplus sniper rifle. So plenty of barrel length as well. Distance, guys, we are right at about 10 feet, which is probably dangerous for ceramic. We're about to find that out now. Let's do it. As predicted, ceramic shot into my leg. As you guys just saw, we had our impact right up there on top and ceramic shot back out, but we had some deformation there on the rear and stopped it for sure. You guys can see that that sealant there for the outer coating there is starting to peel. But again, 30-06 AP is asking a lot for something, especially that weighs 6 pounds. But that is the standard for level 4, and it met it. So we're going to keep shooting it because, of course, it is multi-hit rated, as you would imagine, and we'll see how it does. Now we have some 7.62 Tula full metal jacket stuff coming out of my PWS Select Fire gun. We'll see how she does. Let's check it out. For rifle rated armor, that was about a worst case scenario that we just had right there. So basically, obviously we had our impact here in the bottom, and then as the muzzle rose, we had our impact right here. You guys have seen the slow-mo, I have not yet, but it looks like it was in the exact same hole, which if you don't know, when there's degraded ceramic, your rifle rated protection is also degraded. So honestly, when I saw it after shooting it, I was like, uh-oh, that might have went right through. And it did not. It stopped it. So if you remember before, it was a little bit more over here. For some reason, I don't know if the round tumbled or whatever, but the actual deformation got pushed a little bit as you guys see it to the right. And of course, you guys can see the deformation there on the bottom, minor, 7.62, of course, rifle round and all that with the steel jacket, but not going super, super fast. Definitely not like the 30-06. Speaking of fast, let's speed it up with a little bit of a faster bullet. Next up, we have the 45 grain Remington hollow point 223 loading out of a 16-inch barrel, so it's gonna be smoking hot out of there in terms of speed. As you guys just saw, that was our impact right there with that 45 grainer. Again, going quite fast out of a 16-inch barrel. You see the back face deformation. It started to split here on the edge, but it stopped it just fine. So we're gonna keep going. Speaking of fast bullets, we have 7N6 545 by 39, AKA the poison bullet, coming out of our 16-inch barrel here. And we'll see how she does. I wanted to put that one near the edge to kind of test it, and we definitely did that down here, as you guys saw. As you can see, it is starting to come apart from where the ceramic is versus the UHW MPE, but as you can also see, it stopped it. The poison bullet was just fine, so if you were out hanging out in Ukraine for whatever reason, where those things are flying, and you had this plate on, be good to go. Breaking out the big guns with the Scar Heavy and just some 80 ball in there. We'll see how she does. Again, you guys have seen the slow-mo, I haven't, so I'm not sure how many hit it, but I think, again, we had one in the same hole as the 30-06 and the 7.62 by 39, and if you guys look there, obviously I taped it up, but it stopped. I can see the bullet, so let me actually come in closer. You guys could probably see it too. So the bullet is right there in that little pocket. I'm not sure if the sun's gonna allow you guys to pick it up, but it definitely stopped it. So all the rifle rounds I have out here, it stopped it just fine. For those that are new here, while the ceramic may be damaged, the UHW MP is probably just fine. And that alone typically will stop pistol rounds. We have some 115 grain ammunitions here loaded up in my MPX. And I'm gonna try to put a bunch on there just to kind of show you the quote unquote multi-hit capability of it, assuming it'll work. We'll see. At this point, you guys have a better idea of how many rounds actually hit that than I do, but I fired a good bit of it at it just to kind of compromise the ceramic. And why? Because all plates die here. And I think we're gonna kill it now with all that ceramic that's compromised. But as you can see, absolutely nothing went through at all. But we do have a bunch of ceramic falling out where it's starting to separate on the back. And of course, if your plate was in a plate carrier, you wouldn't need the tape. It would be held together by the carrier itself. And honestly, I think it's still together, but I just wanted to prevent the separation for video purposes. Anyway, let's revisit that 5.56. Same 45 grain load here coming out of the SAM 594 16-inch barrel again. I'm trying to put a few on there. I'm guessing one will penetrate. We shall see. Longtime viewers of the channel know that when the scenery changes, that's usually not a good thing for the plate. But again, that plate was super, super compromised intentionally by me. And then only, as you guys probably noticed from the slow-mo already, only one of those made it through. And again, those are 45 grains, so they're zipping. And even with the compromised ceramic, all the rounds we put on it, only one went through. Truly impressive in my opinion, especially given what these plates cost, which I intimated in the beginning. So these plates right now are $199 each, given the state of the dollar in our country currently. That is by far and away the cheapest multi-curve level 4 plate that I'm aware of. And one thing I should also note, as we talked about earlier in the video, it does say that there is a pad around the edge. I mean, there definitely isn't. The only thing that they might be talking about that's a pad is this actual material, which kind of feels rubbery. But if I come in, you guys should be able to see, I mean, that's the ceramic right there. So it's the ceramic, and then that's where the UHW MPE is. So there's definitely no pad. I'm assuming they're just referring to this little piece of material. But regardless, you do get that full 10x12 protection, which certainly is nice. And there is a bullet that's probably hot, but bullet fragments coming out, which is exactly what you want to see. You want them in there and not going through there. But again, cheapest level 4 multi-curve I know of. Additionally, it doesn't weigh 8 pounds, which is nice, like a lot of other options out there on the market that are more expensive. And all in all, it did pretty well. We've tested several LA Police Gear plates here on the channel. They've all done well. This one certainly meets level 4 standards. You can't really say it exceeds level 4 because they are multi-hit, you know, for black tip 30-06. And I would say this one, I'd feel pretty confident that this one would do it for sure. The actual width of the plate that I don't think I mentioned in the intro is 1 inch, so about average compared to, again, other competitive offerings out there on the market. That's important, especially if it's on your chest, so that we can get down as low as possible in the ground if you're shooting from the prone. And with that, I think we covered all of the important details on the plate. If you guys have any questions or anything like that, you can always post those down below in the comments section. You can also post at my social media sites here that you see on your screen. Most of you probably aren't following me on Instagram because they deleted most of my pages. The one up right now on the screen is the current one. And additionally, if you guys are subscribed to the channel, I truly appreciate it. If you aren't and you like this type of video, where have you been? This is what I do. I do it all the time here on the channel, so make sure you hit the subscribe button. But if you are subscribed and you're not seeing 2 to 4 videos a week here on the channel, you can sign up for my email that you see here on the website that is on your screen. That email goes out at most once a month, and it has all of the videos since the previous email went out. So that way there's no social media giants censoring your eyes from my content. Additionally, if this goes on sale or anything like that, we do have a daily deals email. That sign up link rather should be on your screen here, and that is basically 6 or 7 of the best deals that we find around the internet, and it goes out every day as the name indicates. And if it's in the email, it's the cheapest that I know of anywhere on the internet that day, so it saves you guys some money hopefully, and also saves you some time because you don't have to do the looking, and I do it for you. And with that, I think we'll close the video out. Thank you all for watching. I truly appreciate each and every one of you, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video.